happy video day, guys. So today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a drugstore find that I think is worthy of an entire video because this thing was so cool. So guys, I picked up this item the other day because I saw it was going to be released and it really caught my attention, and that is this one here from Elf. It's the Glow Gleam Beam Highlighter. Try saying that a few times in a row. It is their new highlighter palette that they just finished releasing. They're coming in 2 different shades, and guys, this is a very interesting product. So in this video, I'm going to be trying out this highlighter for you guys. I'm going to be giving you guys my first impression thoughts. I'm also going to be comparing this highlighter to a few higher end highlighters to see if we can find any dupes between the two. And then at the end, I will tell you guys whether I think this highlighter is worth you guys checking out. So if you guys are new to my channel, I'm Christina Brooke. This is the Glam Ranch. What I do is talk about makeup here from my little ranch. If you guys want to subscribe, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and let's get right into it. Okay guys, so this is a brand new palette that just finished releasing from Elf, and it's called their Glow Gleam Beam Highlighter. So many words. So many words. So it's coming in the light version, it's also coming in the deep version, so you're going to get 2 different variations depending on your skin tone. I did pick up the light version, so that's what we're going to be talking about and demoing today. But before we get into me trying this on and giving you guys some information about it, let's first talk about what you get. So let's quickly talk about the packaging of this product. So because this is more of an affordable packaging, you are going to see that in it, you're going to get it like a very standard kind of drugstore-esque type of packaging. You're getting this plastic packaging. It says Elf across the top. There's absolutely no mirror in it. I mean, the inside is very sleek, the layout of how they put all the colors, but this is a very standard, very drugstore-esque type of packaging. So you're not getting anything like extravagant in the packaging that you're receiving, but that's okay because you're only paying $10 for this highlighter palette. So you're paying $10, you're getting 6 different shades in here, and we need to know if this is worth the 10 bucks because that is a great price. So for today, I decided I needed to try this thing on. I've had this for like a week already, and I've been staring at it, and I've dabbled in it a few little times, but I haven't really sat there and like digested it. So today what I decided to do was really go in with this highlighter and see how it worked. So Elf does kind of explain how they think that you should wear these highlighters. It does tell you the application method here on the back. It says looks to try, and it's telling you kind of like how you can wear this highlighter palette. Obviously, guys, I have a way that I like to wear my highlighters, so I'm trying it the way I would like to wear it. But it does give you the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, kind of like Charlotte Tilbury-esque type of directions. Now, inside of this palette, you are getting 1 glitter, you're getting 2 shimmers, and you're getting 3 metallic shades. And it does tell you that also on the back. You can do an inner glow, which is soft and subtle look. And the way that you can accomplish that is by using shade 2 and 3 on the cheekbones and the bridge of the nose. So that makes a lot of sense because these 2 shades right here on the top, these are more of a shimmer shade and they're very subtle. They still give you a highlight, but it's not like that real beamy highlight. It's just more of a nice little sheen of a highlight. Very pretty colors. They are very subtle, but they do show up. Like a glow from within, you can use these 2 shades, which I agree with. And then they're saying if you want the Gleam Glamour Glow, so they're saying that in order to create a more dramatized look, you can jump into this color right here and put it on top of these 2 to kind of give you more of a real like gleamy look. Now, I kind of agree with that, but I do feel like this is a shade that you need to be careful with, so I don't 100% think that by putting this on top of these 2 is going to give you that beamy look. It's going to give you more of a glitter look, so you have to be careful with that. And then finally here it tells you that the beaming ray of sunshine, so if you literally want to look like if you are calling a UFO from your face, you can do 4, 5, and 6 on the high points on the cheek, and you can also add number 1 on top. So these are the metallic shades. These are the shades that are really going to give you that. And if you throw this one on top, you definitely are going to get a lot more beam because this one is primarily a glitter. So now that I've explained to you guys kind of how Elf is saying to wear it and kind of like what they're saying the best way to use this would be, I'm going to tell you guys what I did with it today, kind of like using it the way that I kind of would use a highlighter palette. So I went into this color right here because this is more of a lighter metallic. I do like to have more of a beamy highlight, especially when I'm filming, because if I use the subtle ones, it's going to be hard for you guys to see it on camera. So I did use the most beamy metallics that they had to see if it really would be pronounced, because that's a good test for me. So I did use this one. Very impressed, guys. When I first went into it, I felt like it wasn't picking up that much off my brush, but then I kind of scraped over it a few times and then it kind of loosened up and it gave me a lot of pigment. This is a very pigmented shade. I was very impressed with it. I thought it looked beautiful and I really actually like this a lot. I kind of used this color as well and kind of brought it up the temple, and I just did that on purpose just to kind of try the shade out. Wanted to see the shade variant between these two colors. It is not that like different. Like these two colors have a slight difference to them, but they're not like extremely different on the face. You can't really see it that much. This one will give you a little bit more of a gold shift. This is going to give you a little bit more of a pink shift, but to say that they're like super different, I don't see like that much of a difference, and I'm wearing two different colors. So this one here is the darkest of the three, and I could definitely get away with using this one as well. All three of these shades definitely will work for my skin tone. Now these two shades here I knew were a little bit more subtle, so I did use this color right here down the bridge of my nose and on my upper lip just to kind of see how much gleam it gave me. And I will tell you guys, for being the subtle one, it gave me a pretty nice pronunciation of shine on my face. So I definitely think that these two do work, and they do give you a little bit of a gleam. I also used it on my shoulders to kind of like see how it would work out with a more subtle gleam on here, and I also used it on my collarbone, playing between the two different colors to kind of see how they work, and both of them worked really, really, really good. So I also wanted to try this one out because this is actually a pretty interesting shade, which is weird for me to say because I am not somebody who really likes glitter inside of their highlighters. But I will tell you, it is interesting for it to have one glitter shade in here in case you actually wanted to do something maybe for New Year's or maybe for like a party at night that you want like a little bit of glitter on your face. And this actually was a pretty damn cool shade. I put this one on top of the metallic like they said for that extra beam, and it is. It's just basically adding glitter on top of it and giving you more of like a glitter look so that you shine a little bit harder. Now you do see glitter, so your face will have like glitter particles if you use this one, whereas all the other ones you don't really see glitter. So this one does give you more of a glitter effect, but I actually think it was kind of cool. What I did is I got it on the brush and I kind of like stippled it in instead of like just brushing it on. I stippled it in because I kind of wanted the glitter to stay, and I do feel like it gave me like a glittery look on top of the highlighter, which was actually pretty cool, and I actually kind of liked it, which is really weird because I usually don't like glitter on my face. That was a cool shade to have, and I'm actually happy it was in this palette. So overall, guys, I really like the way that the highlight came out. I think it's very pronounced. I think that if you want a super, super nice highlight, this is gonna give it to you. And for 10 bucks, I actually think the quality of this is pretty good. Now, I will tell you guys, all of these metallic shades, it will show more texture on your skin. These do not melt into the skin as much as maybe some of my more higher end highlighters do. It sits a little bit on top, like I can, if I look in the mirror, I can kind of see where I placed it a little bit, so it's not like a super melt into the skin type of highlight. But it's pretty good for $10. I'm gonna tell you, it's pretty good for $10. These two, I feel like they look a little bit more natural on the skin, which is granted because they're a little bit more of a shimmer. Now this shade is the one that leaves a little bit more of a cast on top of the skin because it's so white. When you put it on, you are gonna get like more of like a white effect on the skin. But for being $10, guys, and getting all of this, these highlighters work pretty damn good, like very good. But this is such a cool shade. I also think that this would look really cool as an eyeshadow or for the inner corners. This is a really interesting shade. And overall, guys, I actually really honestly love the highlighter. I think for $10, I think Elf kind of knocked it out of the park, and I really, really like it. So I'm gonna compare this palette now to my Dreamgasm palette from Charlotte Tilbury, because if you guys do look pretty closely, there is two shades in here that look pretty similar. This is the Dreamgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Elf palette. There are two shades in here that look very similar, and they both are supposed to be like metallics. So I'm gonna go ahead and swatch them and see if we can find a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so from my higher end palettes, this one here, guys, is the Elf palette right here. Then next to it, we have the Charlotte Tilbury Lightgasm palette. And then right here we have the Natasha Denona Super Glow in Fair. I will tell you, out of these three, The Natasha Denona Super Glow and Fair is the closest to the color of the e.l.f. palette. I will tell you this e.l.f. palette though, the white is a lot more white than the Charlotte Tilbury. The Charlotte Tilbury has more of a champagne color, and the Super Glow from Natasha Denona also shifts a little bit more pink than the e.l.f. But the closest to these two would be these. Now swatching them and like looking at them, I feel like on the skin, you're not going to be able to see a huge difference. Now if we go on, so this one here is the metallic pink from the e.l.f. palette. This one here is the Charlotte Tilbury Light Gasm palette, the NARS Hot Nights palette, as well as this one. These two are both from the NARS Hot Nights palette. So now if you guys can tell, these, all of them look pretty different. The only similarity would be between the e.l.f. palette and the NARS Hot Nights palette that have more of a similar color. The Charlotte Tilbury one is a lot more pigmented in the sense that it's a little bit of a darker color than the e.l.f. palette, and the e.l.f. palette did swatch very similar to the higher end dupes. So guys, yeah, I was looking through my collection and I was looking at some other highlighters like to show you guys. I will tell you guys that the feeling of this e.l.f. palette is actually pretty nice. I really feel like the quality of this palette is pretty good. Definitely I would say for $10, this is pretty damn good. Now, like I said, the colors are not 100% similar to the Charlotte Tilbury Light Gasm palette. They are a little bit different, but on the cheeks, it's not going to be like so different that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, that's a completely different color. Do you know what I'm saying? Like on the cheeks, they're not going to be able to tell the difference. So if you guys don't have the money to purchase something like this, even though this one does come with a bronzer and a blush, but if you're looking at this one primarily because of the highlights, this is a really nice highlighter palette. The Natasha Denona Super Glow is one of my favorite highlighters from Natasha Denona. It sinks more into the skin than this one does, but it's pretty damn good, let me tell you. And the last one is the NARS Hot Nights palette. That's the other one I compared it to. There's two shades in here that are very similar to this one, but overall, guys, I'm gonna tell you guys that I really think that this is a great buy. So if you guys are considering this, or if you guys haven't seen it yet, because I don't even think that many people are talking about this, I like this. This is 10 bucks. Comes with a lot of variation. It comes with glitters, it comes with metallics, it comes with shimmers. It's an entire highlight palette. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video and that I was able to help you guys out a little bit. And yeah, I'm actually pretty shocked with that palette. I didn't think that it was gonna be that good considering how little I paid for it. And if I compare it to even like the Super Glow is one shade and I pay like 30 something dollars. And also like the Charlotte Tilbury was like 75, was it $75? Anyways, guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Definitely a $10 highlighter palette that performs like that, I think is definitely worth a shot. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.